Get ready for the action, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are running it back with Aaron Rodgers for 2026. We dive deep into what this means for the team's future as we explore the complicated outlook for the franchise at the quarterback position. The recent performance against Atlanta and what that means for the season ahead. Finally, we examine the massive contract details and the comparison to other talent, focusing on how Aaron Rodgers' deal stacks up against the recent acquisitions like Malik Willis. Don't miss this analysis to see if this return is the steel Pittsburgh needs and what the future holds for the Steelers' quarterback situation. The Pittsburgh Steelers are contemplating bringing Aaron Rodgers back for the 2026 season, driven by ambitions to compete at the highest level. However, analysts suggest this move does not signal a long-term quarterback solution. Mike DeFabo of The Athletic indicated that the team faces a similar juncture as last year, where Rodgers was good enough to secure a playoff berth, but not good enough to win games once there. DeFabo described the situation as being in the same spot as a year prior, where the decision was made to view Rodgers as the best available option while hoping for a future quarterback. He posited that the worst-case scenario involves the Steelers winning 9 games, while Rodgers performs just well enough to keep them out of the first-round quarterback draft. On paper, the Steelers possess a roster capable of competing, bolstered by defensive depth and the potential for Patrick Graham to revitalize the unit. Offensively, the team shows promise, particularly along the offensive line with youth and new draft selections. While the loss of Kenneth Gainwell was offset by the addition of Rico Dowdle, who achieved 1,000 yards in 2024, the release of Jonnu Smith is expected to elevate players like Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington, alongside optimism surrounding Michael Pittman Jr. and Jeremy Bernard. Despite these offensive prospects, the report emphasizes that Aaron Rodgers will require significant support to achieve a playoff run. There is a credible possibility that the 2026 season mirrors the outcome of 2025. If this occurs, the Steelers face a difficult offseason ahead. They would likely possess Will Howard and Drew Aller, but potentially without seeing either in regular season play. A sustained 10-win season could force the team to trade assets to move up in the draft for a quarterback. While Rodgers offers the best immediate path to contention in 2026, running it back with him carries the risk of deferring a crucial decision for the following offseason. The Pittsburgh Steelers have secured a 1-year contract extension with quarterback Aaron Rodgers, bridging the team through at least the 2026 season for a deal valued at over $25 million. This agreement resolves uncertainty surrounding Rodgers' future plans, as he weighed retirement against returning to Pittsburgh. According to Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated, Rodgers' return is fueled by a rekindled passion for the game fostered by the Steelers' organization. Breer noted that Rodgers enjoyed his time playing for Mike Tomlin last season and maintains a strong connection with new head coach Mike McCarthy, stemming from their shared history in Green Bay. These factors reportedly convinced Rodgers to return to the field for at least one more season under center in 2026. Had Rodgers chosen to retire, the Steelers would have faced a difficult transition, potentially relying on rookie Drew Aller and second-year quarterback Will Howard. While Howard has gained experience with the new staff during Rodgers' decision-making period, it appears he will settle into the backup role this season. Despite not reaching his MVP-winning peak, Rodgers demonstrated productivity last season for Pittsburgh, completing nearly 66% of his passes for 3,322 yards and 24 touchdowns in 16 games with only 7 interceptions, highlighting the team's success with short passing. For the upcoming season, Pittsburgh is bolstering its offensive firepower, having traded for Colts wideout Michael Pittman Jr. This addition, alongside DK Metcalf, is expected to provide Rodgers with increased explosiveness to utilize this fall. Four-time MVP Aaron Rodgers is set to rejoin the Pittsburgh Steelers for the 2026 season, signing a one-year contract and facing the Atlanta Falcons in Week 1 of the new campaign. According to a Sunday morning report by Adam Schefter on ESPN, Rodgers will be returning to Pittsburgh, a move that signals a significant change in the team's quarterback situation. While Rodgers is no longer in his peak years, his return is notable, as Pittsburgh would likely have started Mason Rudolph instead if Rodgers had chosen to retire or play elsewhere. Last season, Rodgers performed strongly for the Steelers, posting 3,322 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and a 94.8 passer rating, contributing to a 10-6 record for Pittsburgh. Rodgers' historical performance against the Falcons is also noteworthy. In 8 regular season matchups against Atlanta, Rodgers has recorded a 4-4 record, accumulating 21 touchdown passes and only 2 interceptions, completing 70% of his passes and achieving an 115.6 passer rating. In 2 playoff games against Atlanta, his record stands at 1-1, with a total of 653 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 1 interception. This upcoming matchup represents a significant return to facing the Falcons, as their most recent meeting occurred during Rodgers' prime in the 2020 season. The Pittsburgh Steelers have officially reunited with Aaron Rodgers for the 2026 season, marking the end of months of uncertainty. The former Green Bay Packers quarterback has signed a one-year contract estimated to be worth up to $25 million, with a base salary projected between $22 and $23 million, according to ESPN. This agreement brings a welcome resolution to the Steelers' fanbase, who endured a period of quarterback limbo. For a 42-year-old quarterback nearing the end of his NFL career, the substantial contract provides significant financial relief. In contrast, the deal Pittsburgh secured for Rodgers appears to be a significant value proposition when compared to the multi-year, $67.5 million contract the Miami Dolphins offered Malik Willis. This comparison highlights the perceived value of Willis's talent. ESPN analyst Ben Solak summarized Rodgers' recent performance, noting that he ranked 33rd out of 38 quarterbacks in dropback success rate during the 2025 campaign, labeling Rodgers as very, very bad last season. Performance metrics further underscore this assessment. Rodgers ranked 23rd among 28 qualified quarterbacks in QBR, and his yards per play averaged just 6.7 yards. The analysis suggests Rodgers operates as a dink-and-dunk specialist, preferring to avoid holding the ball longer than 2.5 seconds. Malik Willis, on the other hand, has demonstrated significant capability. In his time with the Packers, Willis posted 70 passing yards and 6 touchdowns for 972 yards, with 0 interceptions and a 134.6 passer rating. His rushing statistics were also explosive, contributing 261 yards and 3 touchdowns on over 6 yards per carry. Due to this proven performance, 31 of 32 teams reportedly preferred to have Willis next season. While the Steelers secured Rodgers, they left the organization without a clear starting backup plan, as options like Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and Drew Aller are not considered starting caliber. Miami, however, acquired Willis at a bargain, securing a backup quarterback who has proven he is ready to start. The contrasting outcomes suggest that Rodgers' contract may age quickly compared to the Dolphins' acquisition of a high-potential player.